Start of the holiday shopping season kicking off this week with Black Friday, and expectations from retailers, well, they've been mixed so far. Target and Kohl's both sounding cautious with some of their weak forecasts. Others, though, like Nordstrom, Dick's Sporting Goods, and Abercrombie & Fitch, all raising their outlooks in anticipation of a, quote, successful holiday season. Here to discuss that and more, we want to bring in Mark Rosen. He's the CEO of JCPenney. Mark, it's great to have you. So I think investors are trying to figure out what exactly this holiday season is going to look like this year for some of these leading retailers. What are you expecting to see at JCPenney?
Yeah, thank you for having me this morning. We're actually really encouraged as we're going into the Black Friday weekend. Since back to school, we've seen a real change in trajectory in consumer traffic and in the sales trend in our business. I think a lot of that started when we relaunched our rewards program in the spring, and we now are going into holiday with twice the number of customers having our Cash Pass rewards in their pocket that they can spend during holiday. So we feel really positive about that. And we followed that up with our Thursday night football really big deals. Things like buy one towel, get two free that ran on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, every weekend for 16 weeks of Thursday night football. Engagement ring, a single 1 carat solitaire engagement ring, any cut for $6.99, incredible values. And what we're seeing is that when we put those incredible values out there of great quality product for the customer, the traffic trend is strong and sales are strong with it.
Mark, we don't get the pleasure of hearing from JCPenney on a quarterly basis like we used to for years. And, you know, even as we're thinking about how so many companies are trying to navigate this environment, publicly traded companies, that we hear them on the earnings calls and we are able to read through some of the tea leaves within their earnings releases as well. We don't get that same opportunity. How is JCPenney doing right now? How is the business? Is it profitable? And what's the strategy been looking like in implementation?
Yeah, so Brad, like I said, we're really pleased with what we've seen since back to school and the customer trajectory and the improvement in the customer trend that we're seeing. With that Thursday night football campaign that I mentioned, we're expecting that by holiday, we're going to have about 2 million new customers in our database who are coming back, and about 15% of those have already shopped for a second visit. So we're focused right now on customers and customer traffic, and we're focused on really emphasizing the amazing value and the fashion that we have in our store. We're also really able right now, and that's one of the advantages of being private, able to focus on reinvesting in our business and the shopping experience that we have for our customers. And about a year and a half ago, we launched a $1 billion self-funded reinvestment in the business, focused in the online shopping experience, the delivery experience, the in-store experience. We've remodeled about a fourth of our stores. About a quarter of the fleet is remodeled. And we're making lots of changes in our technology to make sure we have the right inventory for the customer in the right place. So being private right now has allowed us to invest in the business, and we're seeing the results of that in the change in customer trajectory and traffic.
Investing in the business, focusing on the consumer. If not profitable right now, then what is the timeline to that profitability?
So, you know, right now, like you said, we don't release our earnings, and so we don't necessarily talk about our profitability, but we have a path to profitability, and we are seeing very strong results in the business, and we're encouraged by what we're seeing in customer traffic, and we're encouraged by what we're seeing in the results.
Mark, going back to what you just said a few moments ago, just about the hunt here for value, is value more important than ever this holiday season?
I do think that value is more important than ever, but I think that the customers also changed their definition of value. In other words, value is not just about price. Value is about amazing fashion, unexpected fashion. It's about great quality products. So I think you can see behind me one of the examples of that outstanding fashion that customers are finding when they come into JCPenney, and it's an incredible value too. But customers are looking for something they're going to wear to the holiday party, and behind me, I don't think you can see the skirt, but there's a metallic Worthington pencil skirt that I think is $23.99. The faux fur jacket, you can see the third piece on top of that is our ryegrass faux fur jacket. It's $60. With the sweater, that whole holiday outfit is about $100. That's an incredible value for the customer, walking into holiday, feeling great, having amazing fashion, but also an unbelievable price. And I think it's that combination that they're looking for, and I think their definition of value has become broader. And that's what we're seeing as the customers really responding more to fashion.
Mark, what do you envision, especially as you're talking about some of the investments in technology, what do you envision as the role between the digital front where you're engaging with consumers versus the in-store, the brick and mortar, the JCPenney that Shauna, that many of our producers and team grew up going into and finding inspiration there versus in the digital realm? And how do you kind of make sure that you're engaging with that newer consumer that is spending more time in that digital realm?
Look, I think they're both incredibly important, and the customer is a lot of times starting out their journey in digital, and they're looking on social, and what we're seeing right now is a trend in social where customers are posting, back to what I was talking about with fashion, they're coming into our store, they're finding incredible fashion, and they're posting their JCPenney haul. We had a customer who posted on social, and she basically started out her social post by saying, "I'm shook by what I found at JCPenney. I can't believe what I found at JCPenney." And the trend out there in social is don't sleep on JCPenney. They're finding incredible product. She highlighted several things, but one of the things she highlighted was a ribbed tank top that she found. She was going into the mall. She was probably anticipating that she was going to go to specialty. She would have paid probably 3 times the price. She was able to get that tank top in 3 colors versus what she would have paid for 1 inside the mall. It's incredibly fashionable. It's great quality, and that younger customer's finding that. Now, if you come back to the store experience, I also think the store experience is incredibly important, and you talked about remembering going into the store when you were younger. I remember going in too, and there are things that you can only do in the store. My family used to go have our portrait taken at the JCPenney Portrait Studio, and so there are experiences in the store, like a mini makeover, a facial in our beauty department, like getting a cut and blowout in the salon, or like getting your family portrait taken, that you can only do in store. And so in store, we're really emphasizing that experience aspect.
Mark, before we let you go, just what is your assessment of the potential Trump tariffs that we could see specifically on your business? And are you doing anything at this point to try and mitigate those risks?
Yeah, we've heard a lot of talks about tariffs during the election season and beyond. And I think right now we're waiting to see what actually comes to fruition. It's not something that we've been waiting on, though. We've been, for a number of years, working to look at where we source our goods and the country of origin. One of the advantages we have is about 50% of our apparel is private label, meaning that we source that. And so we decide the country of origin where it's made. We've moved a lot of our goods to what we believe are going to be lower tariff countries. I am concerned, however, because there are certain goods that can only be made in countries like China. One of those categories that's relevant right now is Christmas ornaments and Christmas decor. Those lines are highly capital intensive and they're high cost to move. And so what I worry about is that there's going to be a higher cost of either moving that product or of the tariff. And my concern is that could mean higher prices for customers next Christmas season for those goods.
All right, Mark Rosen, who is the CEO of JCPenney. Mark, thanks so much for taking some time with us here this morning. Wishing you guys a happy holiday season over there for you and the team.
Thank you for having me. Happy Thanksgiving, and most of all, a happy Black Friday.